When you read your Bible, there were multiple sacrifices made to God, and some of these sacrifices you can read about. There was a daily required sacrifice that required that you sacrifice a lamb in the morning and that you sacrifice a lamb in the evening. Each family had to do this daily. The men had to do this daily for atonement of sins, or really just because God commanded it. And there was multiple sacrifices that needed to be made during these feast days and things of that nature that God required. They had to sacrifice grain and things of that nature. But there's one sacrifice in particular that stood out to me. It's in Leviticus chapter 1, verse 3, and it says, "If his offering be a burnt sacrifice of the herd, let him offer male without blemish. He shall offer it of his own voluntary will at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation before the Lord." Now, this particular sacrifice stood out to me because it was voluntary. It's a sacrifice that God didn't make them do. This was a sacrifice a man would make of his own free will. Now, let's put this in translation today. What's so special about this? We have free will to do whatever we want. On Saturdays, you can go out to the club if you want. On Monday, you could go to work, get off, and watch TV all day. You have free will to do a lot of things, but there's something special about using this free will to dedicate it to the Lord. Because you got to realize that these sacrifices that the children of Israel were making, these sacrifices were considered worship. And seeing that these sacrifices were considered worship, to worship God voluntarily or to worship God of your own free will is a special thing. It expresses gratitude. So us being Christians, what should we be doing in our spare time? We should be sending up worship to God. We should be worshiping God daily. We should be offering voluntary worship, worship of our free will. Guys, it's okay to make that sacrifice. You don't have to binge watch that TV show. You don't have to go to all these different places, and you can dedicate some time to God of your own free will. So God's people, let's make sure we're sending up voluntary worship to God, not forced, but of our own free will.